Never Reap, or as I like to call it, Never Again. This dungeon feels like it was handcrafted in a lab to annoy everyone equally, but especially Black Mage. You got tornadoes that love interrupting your cast, tanks overpulling because they think they're gods, and a boss lineup that seems custom built to make sure nothing goes smoothly. So let's break it down. First boss vanishes mid-fight and makes you chase his shadow around like you're playing hide and seek. Second boss forces you to stop DPSing to babysit totems, and if someone hits them with an AoE, it triggers ads. And third boss, he starts stacking evasions like a dragoon collecting all the bone stacks, and after 8 stacks, says peace out, and goes fully invulnerable while wandering around the arena until you kill all the ads. It's like the devs asked, how can we make every fight feel worse in a different way? At least you get this cool effect if you step into a water geyser. And if you're playing Black Mage, this place is basically your personal hell. You'll cast Fire 4 once, and then spend the rest of the fight dodging tornadoes and crying into your ley lines. And here's the cherry on top, you can't skip anything. Every trash pack, every mechanic, every single annoying moment, you're in it for the full ride. Never Reap, more like never ends. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I actually like Tower of Zot, but I know I'm in the minority here. When Endwalker dropped, this dungeon basically hit players like a truck full of angry chocobos. For a lot of people, this was the wall. The maybe I'll come back to this later moment. Why? Because this dungeon is surprisingly hard for being the first one of the expansion. Watching an undergeared tank's HP drop to 10% after the first pull is practically tradition at this point. And then there's the final boss, the Magnus Sisters. It's not that the mechanics hit hard, it's just that they come fast and overlap constantly. You actually have to pay attention, know where to stand, and react quickly, which is horrifying if you're a caster. The funny part is, it gave a lot of players the impression that Endwalker was going to be the Dark Souls of expansions, that we were in for a whole series of sweaty, punishing dungeon fights, but nope. Tower of Zot stands alone in difficulty. Everything after it, significantly more forgiving. Raiders were left holding their bisque gear like, wait, that's it? Casuals just wanting to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride, and the devs probably are still sitting around wondering how one dungeon managed to upset everyone equally.